Hi guys, Monique from Creative Wife Life. Sorry if my head is kind of cut off and you're in front of my closet. This is the place I like to, hold on, that's just not gonna work. Hi. Okay, so I wanted just to do an update and then let you guys know how I think we're into our third week of homeschool and how it's really and truly going. This is, if you're just new to my channel, Monique, I homeschool an only child, one child, Riley. She's 7. She's technically in 2nd grade, but I'm going to show you what we're doing and how it's working out for me. Every week I try to write out my lessons in this book right here. Here we go. So these are the lessons, and I have little check marks, and I cross out some things and I add other things. I think some coffee spilled here. But for instance, this was today's lesson in the bottom right here. This was today's lesson. So we did everything and we did some extra. And this is tomorrow's lesson. Actually, guys, these are tomorrow's. Okay, so I'm telling you right now what's gonna work, what's working really, really well is writing it out here. I like it. Last year I typed everything out, which is neat, and it looks really good, and I really, really loved it, except I've had to change a lot of things, and then I have to cross it out and retype it out and reprint it, and I didn't want to do that, so I did it in pencil. For the most part, so that's easier to handle for me. But what's working really, really well are all of these Spectrum books. And the reason why it's working so well is because our printer is broken. So there is no way that I can even, sorry, I'm moving deodorants and stuff. I'm sorry. I don't even want to show you where you're at because it just looks, you can kind of tell. Okay, that I'm a little messy right now. But anyways, what's working really well is that we don't have a printer, it's broken. So these, having things like these are changing my life and it's saving my life. So it still feels like I can move forward with school even though my printer's not working. And for kindergarten and 1st grade, my printer was everything. I printed so many things off of Teachers Pay Teachers and Pinterest and made up worksheets myself. And then, like I said, I even typed out my own notes for the lesson plans and stuff. I can't do that. It's not ruining my life. I can keep going. So these books are working very well, and it's helping me. There's a lot of them, but as I'm planning, I am, doing the lessons accordingly and not overwhelming her. I hope I'm not. So as I mentioned before, I may do a reading and this lesson for language arts, and then that's it. I may do some copy work on top of that, and that's it for the day. We're doing a lot of spelling, so this I recommend greatly. It starts off kind of slow, so it's a good review, and then I'm sure it picks up. But it's just a good book, and it's right at her level, and she feels encouraged to do it. Sometimes when lessons are really hard and they get discouraged, like my daughter gets discouraged and thinks she can't do it. This is at her level right now, and it's going to grow with her, so she feels encouraged to skip through those pages, and it's exciting. So all the Spectrum books are working very, very well. Let me tell you what's not working. Are you ready? This is what I have to really work on. Balance. So, as you know from my other videos, I started a business on Poshmark, and it's taking up a lot of my time because I want it to be wildly successful, of course. So, it involves a lot. So, I am learning balance. I'm learning to get up earlier and to focus and pray and journal and work on my business, and then work on my homeschooling stuff, and then at the end of homeschool come back to the business. That's my ideal. And that's what I have written down, and that's what I pray about, but that's not always what happened. For instance, this very morning, I got up before Riley, and I did some stuff for my business, and then she got up, and we did breakfast, we prayed, and went right into homeschool. But then I kept getting messages and comments and likes on my merchandise, and I was responding to them during homeschool. So she'd be writing something and focusing and doing a little bit of independent work. I'm sitting beside her, and I should be focused completely on her because it is her homeschool time, but I'm like responding to things at the same time, and sharing my closet and looking at other things and all this stuff. So I have to focus and I have to learn how to say no to my business right now. I'm focusing for the next 2 hours or so on Riley. But I find that because I'm kind of pulled, homeschool is taking a little bit longer, which is okay, but I kind of have allotted in my head this 2 hours to do homeschooling, but it's taking, like, for instance, it took 3.5 hours today because I was kind of pulled in different directions and I'm focusing on her. Then I stop and we have a snack, and then I stop and I get some lunch for myself. It just, the time gets away from you. So that's, I have to work on that. And the second thing I really have to work on is, so I'm scheduled to do homeschool 5 days a week, right? For kindergarten, we did it 4 days a week. And I can talk a little bit more about that if you want to. Comment below. I did a 4-day schoolwork week for kindergarten. And then I went to 5 days for first grade. And of course, I'm planning on going to 5 days for second grade. It's not necessarily working out. It's more happening to be 4 days and 3.5 actually. And the primary reason is we have a co-op on Thursdays, which is a good 4 hours. And I have to drive my husband to work in the morning in order to use the car to get to the co-op. And that takes some time. And then I end up running errands in the morning. And then I go to the co-op and it takes away that day. We also have other things that are going on during the day. Even my very own husband suggested that I just do 4 days this year so that I can focus and dedicate a day to homeschool, to my business or to taking Riley out and going outside. So it honestly may be a 4-day week for second grade. It is what it's looking like. And the reason why I'm okay with that is because I did feel like I had a mandate from God to take Riley outside of the house more. So if that means that we lose a half a day or a day on the inside, that's okay with me. Typically what I do to compensate for that is I put lots of library books in the back of the car. We do flashcards, and sometimes we do even do one of these lessons that don't require me to be so hands-on, where she can do it herself, read the instructions and answer the questions herself. So that's kind of compensating. So we do a lot of car school, that makes any sense. So it's not a whole lot of inside of the house thing. So we're just trying to balance it out. So that's where we're at for this going into our 3rd week of school. This week, it's going to be another full week. Tonight we have dance class. Tuesdays we have prayer at church. Wednesday she has gymnastics. Thursdays we have prayer and Bible study. And then this Friday we're actually going away and we are singing with my praise team at a church. So it just happens to be busy. It happens to be busy for both me and Riley, but it's good. This is exactly what I signed up for. This is exactly what I feel like we're supposed to be doing this year anyways, is getting outside the house. So is it good? Is it bad? I don't know, but it works for my family right now. So that's how we're doing. So again, just to recap, these books are wonderful, guys, especially with my no printer situation. These books are working great for us, and it's easy to plan. I can sit down on a Saturday morning and plan for the following week, no problem at all. I think it just works wonderful for me. I also have this book right here, which I use. Again, I got this for free, but these are like 99 cents, but I have this book and I'm using it for her copywriting. I write her little messages in the morning and then she responds to them, and I like to use this book a lot. So for instance, we're working on our copywriting and also just writing the months out and the days out properly so that she can know exactly how to spell them without trouble. So this book is wonderful too. So again, I'm using resources that I have, and I'm homeschooling on a budget, and it works for me. If you have any questions, let me know. How is your homeschooling year going?